Hello, guys. Welcome to another amazing episode of Ginseng Matters with Roy, your favorite YouTube channel, inspiring, insightful, and interesting matters about life. And today is going to be another interesting episode. I can't wait to share it with you guys. Uh, wherever you are right now, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you're watching us live. And I'm so glad to be here again, not just me alone. I'm here with our special guests of honor, who are no other persons than Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Bolaji. Thank you very much, sir and ma, for the privilege to have you with us once again on the show today. Please kindly introduce yourself briefly to our new viewers who do not know you and would like to know who you are and anything you like them to know about you. Over to you, Sign Ma.
Okay, thank you so much, our dear host. We appreciate the opportunity to come here again and to share together. We are here. My name is Fola Bolaji, and this is my wife, Adebomi. We are based in Massachusetts, in the United States, and we are both computer practitioners, and we are doing fine. We are learning, we are growing by the day. Thank
Wow.
you.
Thank you very much for that brief introduction, sir. So, guys, like I said earlier on, it's your favorite YouTube channel where you can get to learn, relearn, and unlearn from different aspects of life. And today is another wonderful opportunity to learn, especially about this matters of marriage, this marriage matter. And today we are considering this special topic, which is on complimenting your spouse. Why should you compliment your spouse? Like what we discussed the last episode, which was about complimenting your spouse, as in the E, not the I. If you understand what I'm trying to talk about, there's a difference between complimenting and complimenting. And today we are talking about the good things, those sweet things you need to those sweet things you need to share with your spouse, ways by which you can encourage your spouse to build their confidence and to strengthen the bond between you and your spouse. And so, guys, if you can see us clearly and if you can hear us loudly well, don't hesitate to share this video out to your friends and any other person that could benefit greatly from the discussion today. So, without wasting our time, guys, we're diving straight into the discussion today. So, like I said, we are looking at complimenting your spouse. For some people, they feel, well, does it really matter? Do I have to say it? Yes, he helped with washing the dishes, he helped with sweeping the house, he helped with clearing disposing the garbage and the likes. Yes, after all, it's his duty. After all, it's a duty to take care of the kids. Do I have to say thank you? Do I have to compliment him? Do I have to compliment her? Yes. That is why we are here today. And today's discussion, you'll be able to learn and see and discover whether it is right or wrong and what are the effects it has on our marriage relationship. So over to our guests today. I want to start with asking, is it right or wrong to actually compliment our spouses? Because some people don't actually believe that school of thought. They believe, oh, if I say it, maybe it's going to affect our reaction. It's going to affect his reaction because at that time, oh, the head will be swelling and those kind of things. And for some other people, possibly their upbringing, they have not really lived to understand why partners, spouses should complement each other. So I want us to start with this mentality of, oh, it is wrong, it is right. So I want to hear from you, Sir and Ma. What are your views? Is it right or wrong to actually compliment your spouse?
Definitely. I will say it's very right. But because my wife does a better job, I believe, in complimenting,
Wow.
I guess. So I
Congratulations,
will ask her
Ma.
I will ask, I will ask her to start.
Wow, interesting.
I hope that it's not that I do a good job at requesting for compliments. That is another thing. So the spot that I want to start from is that the environment that each person grows up is very important when we come to marriage, and we need to identify what we learned and be able to make judgments on what is right or wrong based on that. Because usually when we have learned something or we have seen it over and over again, it's very easy for us to make a way of life out of it without challenging that school of thought, whether it is right or wrong. So, for some people that feels that you don't need to compliment your spouse, or why should I thank my wife for cooking, or why should I thank my husband for paying kids tuition, or some other roles that we are like silos of roles that we have formed for each person, and it appears like why should I thank them at all, because that is what they are meant to do. Like if you go about thanking every time, then it sounds like they are doing you a good. I don't know how best to say it. So it sends a message of this person is doing what they are meant to do, so why should we say thank you? But you see, a very long time ago, I was still very single. I'm not even sure I was yet in college then. So, the girls' auxiliary, I grew up in the Baptist church in Nigeria. So, in the Baptist church, we have the girls' auxiliary, we have the GA, we have the women missionary union. So, we were having a meeting that brought all of us women in the church together. And one of the women was talking, and she said, she was telling parents that you should thank your children for doing the right thing. For example, your daughter washed the dishes. Say thank you to her. And some parents are like, they will be spoiled. They will not even, they will think that this and that. And the woman said, you better thank them. Because if they don't do it, it doesn't stop them from being your daughter. Like, you won't cause them. There is not, you won't say, oh, even if you say this child is not good, this child is still your child. And you still want them to become whoever they become. And so some of you now, you say, oh, you can't even say this to my daughter's hearing. But you missed the chance of complimenting the daughter when she was doing the right thing. So when she does the wrong thing, she feels like even the good one, you never said anything about it. So it doesn't matter if you're talking about the bad thing or not and stuff. And that really taught me a lot of lessons, because I was like, how would I feel if my mom say, "Oh, you have finished washing the plates. Thank you." It sounds more as if I've done something special. So even when I have done what I'm supposed to do, there's a way it makes me feel better. Like it makes me feel I'm doing something positive by doing the right thing. That is a positive reinforcement on my action. And learning that lesson made me translate it to every other relationship as well. And they would say, what you appreciate appreciates, right? What you appreciate grows in value. So complementing one another, no matter what you have learned, no matter what school of thought you have come from. The question is, if you say thank you to someone for doing something good, does it reduce anything from you? If the answer is no, then why not say it? Because the positive effect is beyond whatever negative effect you can think it's going to have on your relationship. So complimenting one another is very important in every relationship, not just for husband and wife, for every relationship. We need to compliment one another.
Wow. Thank you very much, Ma. You know,
I agree. Okay. Oh, you can continue.
oh, all right. Thank you very much, sir. As I was preparing for the live stream today, I read something, and it's it was about this. It was like the demand for love and appreciation is actually much more than the demand for bread in this world. So I was wondering, oh, so people will actually prefer to go for love and appreciation rather than go for bread? And then I come to realize that wow, this little thing, the little things that we tend to see little, that we tend to count as little, has a long way to go in helping our relationships, even beyond the marriage relationship, the relationship between a mother and a daughter, the relationship between parents and their children. Should We should also incorporate this appreciation compliments into it, because like Sister Bumi just shared, that it has a long way to boost the confidence of the person who is being appreciated. And honestly, what you appreciate appreciates. I've learned that one from the discussion today. So now that we have realized that, yes, it is okay, it is very good for you to appreciate, for you to compliment your spouse. So, how does this affect our relationships, our marriage relationship, especially? You complimenting your spouse, how does it affect? What are those things that, what are the benefits of complimenting your spouse, and why? More importantly, why should you compliment your spouse? I think we should
So,
start. All right,
okay,
sir.
complimenting is more like another word for complimenting is commendation, giving a tribute. And to me, if you are complimenting, then you are showing love. So, the spouse that we are talking about, who is this spouse to you? This spouse is your significant other, not just significant other. He or she is your most significant other, which we can call MSO. An acronym that I just came up with just now. My MSO, my most significant other. So he or she is an other person that is most significant to me. So if you are not going to compliment your most significant person, who do you want to compliment him or her on your behalf? If you are not going to show appreciation, there's this Yoruba word or maybe a common word everywhere, but I know it in Yoruba, but I will quickly translate it that says commendation brings encouragement. When you commend somebody, you encourage the person more. You encourage the person to do more. You tell the person that I appreciate what you are doing and you are showing love. So many, it depends, just like my wife said, it depends on the culture and it depends on our background. It depends on our environment. Some people have not heard I love you for several years. Let me give you this example. I know so much that my father loves me, my biological dad. He loves me so much. My biological mom loves me so much. But I can't remember when I heard from them that, Fola, I love you. I don't think I remember it from. Did it happen to you?
That my parents will tell me they love me. Well,
Yeah,
maybe a while ago, but
yeah,
not something often
yeah,
though.
yeah. So, but my daughter now, I can't count the number of times that I say, "Oh, Tati, I love you. Oh, Daddy, I love you." That kind of thing is a common thing that we say. It's not because my parents love me, and it's not because they are not expressing their love for me, but they did not grow up in an environment that make them to tell their child, I love you, I love you, I love you. No, that is not their culture, sort of. But what I'm trying to say is when we are saying things that are complimentary to our spouse, then we are strengthening our bond. We are strengthening our love. We are showing them that regardless of how many years that we have spent together, I still love you. Even all these ordinary things, everything that seems ordinary that you are doing, I still love it. I love you for what you are doing. So I will share this with you, which is more appreciation generally. It taught me a great lesson. And I was listening to a message of God, pay attention to it. Thank you. Went on a taxi or a bike, saying thank you to the bike man, saying thank you to the taxi, saying thank you to your lecturer. Why? You feel that all my lecturers are getting their stage to teach me? There's some lecturers that were paid but did not show up. There are some of them that were paid originally, but they did not show up. So those that showed up, why don't you say thank you to them? Why don't you show appreciation to them? I've been in a family where, even in my presence, the wife of the man was raining curses, using curse words on the husband. In fact, the wife was telling the man, because I was to travel with that man at that time. The wife was telling the man that I have even told my children not to collect money from this, you stupid, foolish man. I was just like, what? Actually, they are unbelievers, but it could happen in believers' houses too. So, if my hmm, can you still hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If my wife is not saying that to me, then I need to appreciate my wife. It's not normal. I'm not expecting her to behave that to me. I'm not expecting that her to be nagging and things like that. But the fact that she's even not nagging, I still need to show, yeah, thank you. Thank you for making me who I am today. I appreciate the fact that we slept on the same bed. I appreciate the fact that we can do things jointly. In fact, one of our pastors in time past taught us in the church that even after sexual intercourse, couples should still compliment one another. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that you release your body for me. The wife should appreciate the man should appreciate
The
the wife.
wife.
There are serious problems along this line. We have counted so many things as normal. So let me round up with this, that when we spend time together, when we live together for several years, so many times we seem to appreciate less. And there was a time I was evaluating myself, and you also ask yourself this kind of question. And it's that my wife is trying to do something and mistakenly she poured water on me. How will I react? Why? Why do you do this? Why? You have eyes. Ah, why? Depending on the mood, you can react aggressively because she is a common partner to you. You are and one of your office mates mistakenly poured water on you. How will you react? As the person is saying, "Oh, I'm sorry," you'll be saying, "No, it's okay, it's
Okay.
okay." You will not react like, why will you do this?" So many times we get used to ourselves to the extent that we appreciate ourselves lesser. So it was a personal evaluation I did on myself a while ago, and I began to think about how do I react to my children, how do I react to my wife when they make
Mm.
mistakes, and do I compliment them the same way I compliment outsiders? You saw somebody at the office, oh, I like your shoe. Wow, you said that, but to your spouse at home, you have never said that. You have not said, wow, this cloth looks different on you. Now she will get to her office, she will get to places, and some people will be saying that to her, and she will be feeling more loved. Compliments makes your spouse feel more loved. Mm.
Okay.
Wow.
So the first point that I want to come from is us talking about the fact that it is not in every case. Like you said, couples don't give compliment not because they don't appreciate what their spouses are doing, but it has just become common. And it's very easy that when something becomes common, we don't like
Show more
show
appreciation.
much
Yeah,
appreciation for it because it's now common. Like I see her every day, like she does this every time, like she cooks well. So for example, because your spouse cook well, I don't want to say your wife because it is not just the detail of the wife to cook in the home. Like because your partner cooks well, it's very likely that you eat it, you enjoy the good food always. And even the only time that it tastes somehow, you start saying, "Ah, this thing tastes somehow, something like that." But if you go to another person's house and you eat their food, even if the food is
Salty.
not close to have the standard of what you eat at home, you say, "Oh, thank you for this meal." You look for something to compliment that person because you're in their house to eat. But in your own house where you eat every day, you don't think about doing that because it has become common. So first of all, we need to like recognize that fact. Like Spouses don't usually do it because of familiarity. It has become common. We see ourselves every time.
Yeah.
But I think the major reason why we are doing this is to call our attention to the fact that even if you don't give the compliment every time, try to make it special sometimes. Like, for example, I don't wake up every morning and get dressed for work and my husband says, wow, you look good, you look beautiful. And it doesn't happen that every day too at work, the same person is saying you look good. Like if the same person is saying you look good every day, then I
You
need
need
to
to
also
watch it.
watch it. Like it's becoming something to be careful of. But once in a while, do it. Like just give the compliment. Wow, this shirt looks like nice on you. This and that. And like he said, it improves self-esteem, and it also like beyond self-esteem gives a lot of confidence. And another thing I want to say to add to that is sometimes when you appreciate something outside, reach back home and do the same. For example, it's common that so if I see, let's assume that we have like a parents teachers meeting, for example, and we are there and there are five men and two women, and they are talking about how much time it takes them to get their kid dressed. And you remember, wow, my husband actually dressed my daughter today. When you get home, even when you didn't say thank you before, say, oh, thank you for dressing my kid today. So the most important thing is that you are filling a tank up. Even if you don't do it every day, make it special sometimes. For example, we are leaving church, say, I think we should just eat out today so that everybody can rest. That is like giving a compliment, saying that I know how much time it takes to cook. So you can have that time back today by us eating out. It doesn't mean you are spoiling anyone, it shows appreciation for the effort that is put into the cooking. So I just want to say that look at that tank every time. How full is the tank of your spouse? How full is the tank of your mate? Check that, check that out most of the time. Like I come home from work, I'm just giving a scenario now. For example, I come home from work and I'm like, oh, my presentation went well today. In fact, my boss said this. That shows that that has filled a tank in me. Like I felt appreciated for what I'm doing. Now, my spouse should also look at how filled is her tank. Like, how much have I filled her tank? So look out for something, just something, and appreciate your partner for it. Look at everything from the point of view of it is not, we are not doing this just by duty. We are doing it because we love one another. And they always say that until you wear somebody's shoes, you actually don't know where it pinches. You don't know how it happens. Like it just happens so naturally. So because of that, sometimes we don't know how it feels. So another way of appreciating your spouse is doing what they do, like enter their shoes instead of, oh, going to drop the kids today, say, oh, I'll do it. When you go to drop the kids, you enter into hold up, you come back home, you're like, wow, it took me 15 minutes to get to their school. There's a way it sends a message to your spouse of thank you for doing that every day. Like I don't even know what you go through doing this every day. And I just look at, if we talk a picture of love, I think generally in the world, it is not even just about man to woman love. It's usually mother to child love. Like it looks like the kind of perfect love that exists, that a mother loves her child. It looks like the perfect example of love. And like when my husband was saying an example of like the culture we grew up in, that when last, like he cannot remember the last time the mom said I love you. But what I would remember is mothers are the one that calls their kids respectfully. Like my mother will not just say Folani. Even if she says that, they say Baba Yinko, Baba da. But there's a way that they come. You know that even if she's not saying expressly I love you, you know how this woman carries you by the way they treat you. So I just want to iterate that too as part of what say, why do people feel their mom love them? It's also because of the way the mothers carry their children. There's a way they treat you respectfully, they talk to you respectfully, they carry your concern very close to their heart. Like if you are working, they're like, wow, you've been doing this since morning. It's usually mothers that will think that way. That, okay, let me bring a glass of water. You have been working since, drink this water. Oh, why not take this drink? Are you ready to eat now? And stuff like that. So we should also compliment by our actions as much as we do with our words too, because our ears should also hear those words of compliments.
Wow, wow, wow. That's a whole lot. Thank you so much for those wonderful contributions, Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Bolaji. You know, I strongly agree with all these points that, especially considering the wives, women are easily moved by what they hear, much more than the guys that are really, really moved by what they see. And you telling your wife, I love you, you know, even at the start of the day, all through that day, if she doesn't remember anything, she will keep remembering, my husband told me, I love you. I love you. For that day, you've already made her day. You might just be thinking, oh, I love you. I love you. But in the memory, as in her subconscious mind, she will always remember. And everything that she does that day, she has the strength. Looks like these complimentary words really, really gives strength. You telling your wife, oh, thank you for washing the plate. Oh, you did this. Wow, you did a great job. She will always remember. And next time, she will put in more effort rather than, oh, she just did something and then no compliment. Yeah, and you didn't say anything about it as your husband. She feels, well, maybe I didn't do it well, maybe there's a mistake somewhere. But the little that she did, the little effort that she put into completing that task, if you appreciate it, she will do better the next time. Just like the little kids, when you tell them, oh, you took this step today and tomorrow you took another, tell them, wow, good job. Why do we as teachers praise our kids in school? Wow, you did a good job. And the child is so happy, very excited. You'll discover that next time, the child will make effort to achieve something, to achieve more, and then you will see them running at you. See, have did this one, I did this one again. And because the praise, because those complimentary words really, really had a great effect in them. you know Today, was it today or yesterday, uh I was dressing my daughter up. My first daughter was dressing her up, and then she was making a sign of the, this love sign. And then she told me, mama, do you know why I did this? Do you know why I'm doing this? It's because I love you. I was like, oh, uh I said, oh, thank you so much. I love you too. So little things that we think doesn't really matter. If kids can really, really feel the effect, can really understand what it means to love them, how much more our partners? Those little things that would think, I don't have to say it. It is our job. It is his responsibility. He has the responsibility of paying the bills. She has to do this. Once at least compliment her. And then another thing I have discovered is, beyond complimenting. In fact, like Yoruba people will say, "Pelelako." Olabo. The way you express the compliment also matters. Not like you say, "Oh, um, thank you for cleaning the kitchen." No, why not just look at, when I was preparing for the live stream today, someone said, I read somewhere that, see, when you want to compliment your spouse, look straight into the person's eyes, have an eye contact, and tell the person, I appreciate that you washed the dishes. I appreciate that you took the kids to school today. Wow, I appreciate how beautiful you look in that red gown. You know, things like yeah, but not just saying, oh, you look good. You look good in that red gown. But I appreciate how beautiful you looked at the in the red gown during the party. I appreciate the I appreciate, oh, it shows how serious you are about what you are saying. And then it goes a long way into boosting this other person's confidence. And not just that, It strengthens the bond between husband and wife. When you look at your husband, you look at your wife, I love you. Oh, you did a great job. You tried. You put in your effort. Oh, she didn't meet up with the score you were expecting, but at least still appreciate her. It will help her in the long run. So on this note, I want us to share ways by which we can actually express our compliments. Not just "Mm, you look good. Oh, thank you." They said we should say thank you. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, before I express my thoughts, there are different thoughts that were going on in my mind as you were talking. And I was almost pushing it out as a question, but I felt, okay, let's discuss it. It could still come in the form of answer and a question too. Because at what point,
Do you draw the line?
you said,
Okay, and do you draw the line? Or
yeah, like not just about drawing the line. How do we handle it that compliment will not become too common and it will lose its meaning? Such that, okay, you wash plate today. Oh, thank you for washing the plate. You wash plate later in the evening. Oh, thank you for washing the plate. Tomorrow morning. Oh, thank you for washing the plate. At the end of the day, it becomes routine.
yeah, so I think that that is what we want to address with the response to this question. Like, how do we do it? Because it's
Yeah.
not just about saying thank you. Like when she said thank you, I say thank you. Like that's also a thank you. Ah, thank you. That's also a thank you. But I think I'm going to give some examples of things that are first of all like having date nights. Make it an event. Whatever thing is common, no, once it becomes very common, it loses its absolute meaning somehow. But having special events, eventualizing things like on a birthday, on his birthday, on your first date, marriage anniversary. You can choose dates for yourself, like every last Friday of every month. Like building something around, or like quarterly retreat, building something around your relationship that binds you together, and talk about expresses how important you are to me and how important I am to you. So events, planning events around it or making it special. For example, like an example I want to give is this: like I'm working, he's working. The thing is, I may choose not to work. Like some wife will say, I'm not working, like I'm even tired of this work. The problem is too much. Let me just retire. Like if my husband should retire me now, like I'll be happy to retire, kind of a situation. Now, if he continues to work and you are working,
Oh,
do
do you
you
mean I should retire you and get another wife?
no, don't get another wife?
I should just retire you at home so that you sit down at home. Okay.
Let me be washing your legs and massaging your body.
Okay. No, I can go to the massage parlor.
No, I will learn how to do it and do it for you.
Okay.
That will be my new role.
Okay.
So that is just an example, right? Like if she's working, both of you are working. Like you come home one day and you say, I got to send back for you. Like, thank you for all you do. That's that is a thank you, but it's not an everyday thing. Like you have built something special around the thank you, not just like, oh, thank you for washing dishes and something like that. An example I gave the other time too is like the eating out. Like it's a way of communicating. I know that doing this takes you a lot of time. Some people will say, oh, it's being lazy, but it's not. Like it's just like I want to spoil you for how much work I know that you are doing for us, or that you are doing for me, or that you are doing for the family, and stuff like that. So taking each other's role is another way of appreciating one another as well. Like
Yeah.
I don't need to travel, or like now, for example, my husband drops my daughter at school, and because like I have time or I'm on leave or I do something and I'm like, no, 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 let me just do it. It's a way of saying of appreciation. And there is something that I wrote down here too. That I said, say it like you mean it. Like there is a thank you, there is another thank you that is coming from a depth of thank you. which is different from hearing it a lot. I know that he has given that example. Like my daughter, she can say
I
I
love.
love you. Like she can say I love you so many times. She does it and it looks common. But the thing is, there are times that she says it, you know that this is not about being common. Like she can just come to the room and just say, Mommy, I want you. Like I just want you. Like even when she has said that over and over again, you know that this one
It's
is
a
coming
different
from
one.
it's different. So there is a thank you that is just thank you, but there are times that you say it like you really mean it. You say it like you really mean it. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way the person that is perceiving the message will know that this one is coming from a different level. Like we say thank you to God every day, right? Like
Yes.
we appreciate God, but the thank you of thank you for this is different from like
The common
so
one.
yes, it's different from the common one. So say it like you mean it. Even when it is common, say those specific ones like you mean it. I think I should
Yeah. So
allow
I want to
you.
say other ways of expressing compliment is through gifts. For different occasions, you can get gift. Now, another one is to plan events around it. So imagine a husband coming and say, and met the wife, and the wife is saying, "My husband, I just want to show my appreciation to you because of this and this, and I've made a reservation at a special rate. I believe you will like it. Let's go there together. I've arranged for somebody to stay with the kids, and I'm taking you out."
Wow.
That's a compliment. Sometimes maybe my wife passes an exam, or maybe I got a promotion. It may be like, Baba, let's go and celebrate this thing. Let's go and get something. It is just to get something refreshing. No matter how little the amount
Hmm.
may be, that is to show that, yeah, I appreciate that you are able to reach this milestone.
Hmm.
Our two sons, they reached a milestone in their Bible study recently, and we decided to go and to take them to a place that we believe that they will like. They were surprised and they were happy and they were
Wow.
excited. So plan events around certain things to show that
Hmm.
you are complimenting what they did. Plan events. Now, role playing, changing role switching may not really be more of appreciation to me. It may just be an opportunity for you to evaluate yourself and to gauge yourself again if you are doing what you should do. For example, I usually encourage my wife to go for retreats. Go for retreat, go for conference and things like that, professional conference or academic conference. Leave me and the kids at home. It has happened few times. And those times, like she went for 2 days, I knew what I faced and I appreciated her more. So when she was doing some of those things, in my mind, I know that no, it takes a lot of strength to do those things that she was doing. I've been into so many places. I've seen somebody that out of love, she cooked for me. When I had the food, is not comparable with what my wife gives me daily. I appreciated the person definitely, but it makes me to appreciate more. So, but now what we are talking about is your appreciation. Don't let it be on your heart. Express it. Express it with words. Express it by buying gifts. Express it by celebrating it. Express it by planning events around it. Express it by saying to others that I appreciate my spouse because my spouse does this. Is this kind of this? Ah, my Akane. Hey. So if you are not doing that to your spouse, we are not saying that you should compliment your spouse because you are competing with some people outside or you are competing with some people in her office, at her office or at his office. No. Let it become a culture that shows that I appreciate. It will not be everyday thing. Like you cook today, oh thank you for that good food. Ah, you cook tomorrow, oh thank you for that good food. It will become abused. But we are saying that once in a while, okay, I thought about so many things that done in our family, how you have taken care of the kids, how you have helped me to grow. And I felt that I should give you this little gift. This little gift may just be a gift of few dollars, but the heart is communicating something and is
Mm.
showing a compliment. So it's very, very important that we compliment one another. If you see something strange or something new, oh, wow, I was impressed the way you said that thing when we went visiting. How you described, oh, I was just so happy. That is a
I was
compliment.
flabbergasted.
That I love the way you reacted. I love the way you gave that answer. I love the way you responded. Those are compliments. So don't just love in your heart. Don't say, I love her. She know I love her. Ah, I
Exactly.
love him. Very
Don't
different.
just love in
But
your heart.
try. So it's something that we may need to learn and grow on as time goes on. But it's always very good if you are conscious of it. And if we continue to remind ourselves that let's compliment one another much more. And is something that should be mutual, is something that we should do collaboratively, that let's compliment ourselves, let's remind ourselves often and often. There was a time that there were some things that my wife used to do and I appreciate so much. And over some time, maybe because she got busy, she was not doing them anymore. And at some point, I just let her know. In fact, I think I sent a text message to her or something that, wow, you have not been doing this for a long time. And she was like, really? Yeah, really. Yeah. I noted it. I said, okay. And she switched back to how she used to do it. We need to collaborate with one another. It's not that you should become angry that, oh, she's not even appreciating me anymore. Oh, no. You can remind that you used to do this before. What happened? You are no longer doing it. You are not doing it anymore. What is changing? So let's remind ourselves we are spouse, we are building a family, we are building a relationship. So let's do it collaboratively.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you very much, Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Bolaji, for these amazing contributions. So we have some comments here from our viewers. We have Mr. Femi Wiyakinla Days says, appreciating your spouse is a good ingredient in a happy home. Complimenting one spouse is a ginger for a happy home. I do it a lot and I got a lot of things in return. Wow, interesting. And he said, I love this. What you appreciate, appreciates. And again, he said, your guests are really doing justice to the topic. Kudos. Thank you very much, sir. Ways by which you can appreciate your spouse. Said we can uh offer gifts, again, surprise outings, and many more. And then we have a question from Mr. Oguniyi Olalekan. Is asking that is it proper for either husband or wife to remind his or her spouse to appreciate what they have done for each other when they forget to do so?
Yeah, that's a very wonderful question.
Yeah, so I think that you just gave an example of they always like the peaceful way to live is always assume positive intent. So don't take a side of this person is not doing it, so it's because they don't care or it's because they don't appreciate it. If you feel the effect of this person does not even appreciate me, mention it to your spouse. Like you did not even say thank you. Yes, like help me to bring something, or you do something to them and they did not say anything, like they just took it like it's their birthright. You should be able to tell, you should be able to tell them, like, you didn't even say thank you. Now, communicating that makes the other party knows that that thing is important to you.
Mm,
I don't know, it has happened in relationships before. Like
Yeah,
you say thank you for something, and the person will look so shocked that you are saying thank you because they
yes.
feel, well, it's normal.
normal.
Like,
Yeah,
what did I do? Which may be a feeling. For example, if I think, okay, you served me food, or I came to your house, I knocked on the door, you opened your door, and you were hospitable to me, and I felt it's normal. I may not say thank you for being hospitable. Not because I don't appreciate your hospitality, but because for me, it felt like, what would you have
It's
done? Would you
normal.
not have been hospitable? Like, it's normal.
Mm,
But to another person, It's not normal. They have
Mm,
experienced people who slammed the door back on their face before.
yeah.
Like, you didn't tell me you were coming, so
Mm.
you can as well go back. So for that person, this the person that is hospitable to them has done a great thing, and they are much more grateful for it. So if you feel that, well, I think that you should appreciate me for doing this in a relationship, it is not wrong to point it out to our partner,
Mm.
because that is how they can learn.
So
Like,
I want to add to that. It's not wrong and it's good to point it out. But just like the host said the other time, the Yoruba word that says "Pelelapo labo," that sorry has a good way of saying it and a bad way of saying it. You can say, I'm so sorry. And you can say, sorry.
mhm.
Yeah. So if we are trying to point out a weakness, point it out with love and with caution. I served you a food, you took it and you started eating. You didn't say, you should have said thank you. That is like a bad way of doing it. Oh my love, you didn't even say thank you. Eh? That is a good way. Say it in a friendly way. Communicate it in a way that will make the person still feel loved, even despite the weakness that you are pointing out. Don't say it like a complaint. Say it like a reminder that, oh, you normally say thank you, but maybe your mind is busy. Next time, before you remind the person, you may even have to remind the person like two, three times before they
Yeah.
adjust. So don't, it is normal to express ourselves and express it in a very lovely way. Remind your spouse about, oh, you didn't even say thank you. You didn't, I like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
so
the way you communicate it matters a lot.
the emphasis is, it matters what you say, and it matters how you
How
say
you
it.
say it. Mm.
Yeah. And so when you were saying that you may need to remind the person 3 times, 4 times, sometimes in a relationship, you may
You
need
need
to
to
remind the
remind.
person forever.
Yeah.
I like, it's not that they don't want to change, it's just very hard for them to change. And I listened to somebody that said, if the thank you is important, like, I know people that do it too. Say thank you to yourself. Like, I give you the water. Like, I've also played the game before. Like, sometimes I do it. I give you like a bottle of water. Like,
Yeah, I've said
have
that.
it. Yeah, you remember? Sometimes
Yes.
I do it. I give it to him and I'll just say thank you. Like, I am the one doing it, and I'm thanking myself for doing it. The most important thing is that I had the thank you, because I know that he didn't say thank you is not because he doesn't want to say thank you,
Oh, because
but
not
yeah.
because he
So
doesn't love you.
sometimes it just becomes funny, because there are some weaknesses in one another that we just need to live with. We may even make a joke out of it, like, thank you for eating the food today. He will also jokingly, thank you for cooking it. Oh, and that's the head. It is not everything that we have to make a big deal of. Like,
Mm.
of course, appreciation is good. Saying thank you is good. Saying please, saying sorry, like doing those things. But if over time the person has not learnt it, they learn to live with it. Like, I just want to add that little bit of it to it, because it is not everything that will change.
Wow. Oh my God. Hey, oh my God. It's really been an amazing discussion today, guys. I'm sure you've learned one or two things and you don't want to be selfish with this. So,
And we
guys,
are
if you.
also learning.
So,
I said we are also learning.
yes.
We are all learning and growing.
Exactly. So, guys, if you really, really enjoy this session, don't hesitate to share this video out with your friends, your colleagues at work, your siblings, and any other person you feel could benefit greatly from the discussion today. And as a practical way of expressing what we have learned from the discussion today, we want to say a very big thank you to our special guest of honor. Thank you very much, Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Bolaji. We really appreciate out of your busy
And
schedule
I,
you
I would
created.
say that we are also very thankful.
We are also
We're
very
also very
thankful
thankful for
for this
you providing the
opportunity.
platform for us to
Yeah.
like do this. Like, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. We're very
Thank
grateful.
thank you so much. And to all our viewers out there, we need to say thank you to you. Thank you so so much for being a part of this amazing episode today. We really thank you for always creating time to join the show and for always creating time to even stop by to watch this video for people that will be watching the replay. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend, and till we come your way again, it's still Ginseng Matters with Roy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Bye.
Yeah. Yes.